Hello, everybody,
Hey.
and welcome to Crocker's Simply Southern. I'm Melanie, and this is George.
Right.
For those of you that watch us on a regular basis, you may have been wondering, where the heck are those old people?
Busy.
Just been a lot going on.
This last week has been really hectic.
Well, one thing I want to fess up to is he was really busy out in the yard, and so I went into the goat pen and I spent quite a while videoing little Chico and the family. No.
Yeah, you were busy. You were playing with them, and then I came in there.
Okay, well, anyway, that's what had happened. I was filming him and Chico. That's what it
Right.
was. And it was a real cute video. Just give you a little heads up. He was dancing around on top of a little barrel.
And then I'd put him in my lap, and then he'd leap across on top of the barrel. And
Well, I was filming and George does the editing, and later that night he said, honey, the whole video is so blurred I can't even see it. So there you go. It was a cute video, and y'all would have loved it. Maybe he can do it again sometime.
yeah,
But that was the first issue we had. And then I think probably Granny was the next
she.
thing.
When was that? Saturday?
I
I
suppose.
think it was sometime Saturday. I had gone down, and she's been having stomach issues. You know, we've taken her in before, and she was developing some more issues. So took her into the emergency room in Corpus Christi about 2:30 in the afternoon on Saturday, I believe it
Yes,
was.
I think so.
And we got her taken care of and everything. She was feeling really well. So they released her, and I brought her home and got her medications and things like that, and got her in bed. So I came home. It was about 10 o'clock, I guess. So Melanie and I kind of sat up and visited for a little bit. And she went on to bed about 10:30 or so, and I was just still too wound up. So I kind of sat on the internet and watched TV a little bit, and I finally went on to bed about midnight. And then, unfortunately, 2:30, 2:45 in the morning, my phone rings, and I jump up. It was Mom. She said, honey, I fell. And I was like, oh, Lord. So I rushed down there and saw that she had fallen, and she had bumped her head, and she had a pretty good little goose egg on her head, and she'd hit the corner of the bathroom door. I think what had happened, she still had on the little slippers that I had taken her home in from the hospital that night.
From the Corpus Hospital.
From the Corpus Hospital. And she was wearing a longer gown. I guess she put on a different gown after I had left. And it was a little too long, and I believe she stepped on the gown with those little socks that had those little grippers on it, and it just doubled her feet forward, her toes, and so she just fell forward and hit the door. She said she couldn't stop or anything. Well, a while back she had fallen and hit her whole left side, her hip and everything was all bruised and everything, but she's got good bones because nothing was broken or anything. And this time around she fell on her right side.
Well, he was concerned because she hit her head, and his sister-in-law is a doctor, and
Right.
she said, go ahead and take her to the emergency room in Kingsville.
Right.
So at 2:30 in the afternoon, he had taken her to Corpus, and at 2:30 in the next morning, he was taking her to Kingsville.
Yeah.
But they x-rayed her, released her.
Yes. She had no cranial fractures or anything, wasn't bleeding behind the skull. She just had a big old contusion on her head. And she gonna look like somebody beat her pretty good. But ended up finding out she broke her toes. So she's, poor thing. She had bad feet anyway, and here she is breaking her toes, and that's hurting her more now than anything is her toes.
So y'all please be in prayer for her. That's where we stand right now.
Yeah. My brother came down last night. I stayed with her.
The brother that's married to the doctor.
Yeah, we got home about 7 Sunday morning from the second emergency room visit, and anyway, she was doing pretty good. I went back down and saw her later, and took her some soup and things like that, and she was eating and doing real well. And then, like I said, it just, one of those things. But she's doing good. She's just beat up, but she's doing good.
She's got that big old black spot on her head from falling. Her hip is still all black, and her toes are all broken, and
yeah, poor
so
thing.
she's still
But I
in
told her,
semi-good spirits, I would say.
I told her, I said, hey, I'm going to take you to the house, with me. And she goes, no, she's going to stay right there. And so we go down and check on her, and then home health comes in and has checked on her blood, because that was what concerned me, is she was on warfarin, and it's
Blood thinner.
yeah, and her level was a little high at the time, so it concerned me, with bleeds and things like that. So that's why when I talked to my sister-in-law, and if you're listening, Lynn, you're a lifesaver. I love you, girl. You and Vince. And anyway, she said yes, anything like that, don't hesitate. So we took her right on in, and she checked out fine. And they've been talking with her, and my brother came down last night and stayed with her last night, helped her with her feet and things like that.
And so, y'all please be in prayer for Granny, but the reason George didn't go down there and stay last night, or I didn't, was...
Yeah, I had surgery yesterday morning.
Yeah.
All the days are running together.
Okay, whatever day. If we get this out today, this is Tuesday. You had surgery Monday, yes.
Yeah, Monday. In the well, it was lunchtime and everything. Man, was I hungry. But anyway, they did what they call a Christoscopy or something like that. That's where they put a light and a camera that goes all the way up into your bladder, and they check things out, make sure everything is okay in the bladder area and down the urethra and things like that. And then I had to have what they call a ablation of the prostate. That's where it's green laser surgery. They enter up in there, and they use a laser to, I guess, core out everything to enlarge the urethra and the prostate. My prostate is fine. It was just over enlarged. I don't have cancer or anything like that, so that was good.
And the only reason he really wanted to, well, two reasons he wanted to tell you. We know that people have been asking, where the heck are they?
Right, and I know that a lot of our viewers are our age, and man, y'all will be going through it. If you haven't, you will.
And all the women that watch, your husbands be going through it too, probably.
Yeah.
So
So it's just one of those things. They said every male has an issue with prostate at one time or another.
he was. The surgery started about 12:38, and they were done within 30 minutes. The doctor came out and told me that he was fine. He was in recovery probably an hour and a half or so, and of course Matt went with us and did the driving, and was there to hold my hand while we were waiting.
My throat's still a little bit raspy. I guess it's, when I don't think they intubated me, but they put something in my throat. Yeah.
They had told him they might put it down his throat, but otherwise they were going to try to use the anesthesiologist. Yeah, like a little face mask, but it goes backwards and into your throat.
Right, it just sits at the back of your throat. It doesn't have to go invasive, so it's less chance of rupture or breaking teeth or anything like that. So
well, anyway, if any of you guys out there have any questions, just comment and he'll answer.
Yeah, and I'm fine
today, and he can let you know later how it's going.
Right, but I'm
hopefully
fine.
It works.
So, yeah.
And let's see, what else did we want to tell about?
What did you tell him about Chico?
Yeah,
when you were,
we did. We talked a little about Chico. The dogs are doing fine. Gooby's doing fine. Tiki the cat is good. The 3 outside dogs, Tex and Bama and Sarge, they're all good. No problems.
They were out playing all together the other day. It was funny watching them.
We don't have any new baby goats unless they have been born today, because we haven't looked out there.
Right.
So everything is good on the homestead.
Yeah. So what y'all think about the meeting with Dutch and Arms and Jason and Kevin and
Grub.
Yeah, Grub Almighty and
So I
their
know y'all
wives and
probably watched. It was on Dutch's channel, Keeping It Dutch, and it was really a big
yeah,
to do.
and it was going
exciting.
good, until I guess they had technical issues with their internet or something. But
It buffered, and everybody. I still kept hanging on, and it kept going down from over 1,500 people.
A lot of people.
Down to 37.
There were 37 of them that just
Still
wouldn't let
hanging
go.
on. I was one of them. But
and then someone, I forget who it was, maybe Sonny Slope or somebody, had texted out, "It's done."
yeah,
So
might as well give it up. But that was exciting. They were getting a lot of super chats to help pay for the big event
That
on
big
March
event,
28th.
That was great.
So
So thank y'all for donating and things like that for that purpose.
for them and.
We may try to go up. It all depends on what's going on in our lives during that time.
If any of y'all are planning on going to that meetup in March, comment below. I'd like to know if anybody's going.
Yeah, I'd like to go up there and visit with everybody and things like that. But if we can't, we'll watch it. That's for sure.
And I'm sure, honey, inquiring minds want to know what we think about our son being the wilderness man, living out in the woods all by himself.
He's in his element. He has always dreamed of living like out at the ranch. He says when he was littler.
Littler.
Hey, that's the hick in us. When he was younger, they had talked about camping and being out there in the woods. They always loved the woods.
Yeah.
Ever since they were little kids, we'd go visit Melanie's parents, and of course in Alabama they had woods, and the kids loved them. And one time, Jared, it was funny. He kept messing around out there, and they kept wanting to climb those trees. We kept telling them
pine trees are about 50 feet high, about that big around.
I don't know if it was a pine or cedar or what, but they had a lot of little limbs coming out. I take it's a cedar of some sort. Yeah. Those boys would climb way up in there, and next thing we know, hey! No, Jared, he was hanging upside down by his prosthetic leg.
Oh my gosh, y'all.
I had to run, jump across the fence, climb
He
up there.
jumped the fence. My cousin was there.
Lift him
They
up.
jumped at the fence. Jumped it.
Yeah,
Jumped the fence.
You were hit too. Anyway, we got him out of that tree, but he was fine. That didn't stop him. He back into the trees again.
And they love the woods, and so we're proud of Jason for giving his dream a shot. And
Yeah.
we watch him every day, just like anybody else. And if you are watching us, maybe for the first time, don't know what the heck we're talking about, check out the Crockers on YouTube. That's our son Jason is in the middle of Oklahoma, trying to build a tiny house off grid right now, living in a canvas
Totally
tent.
off grid.
And he's experienced some weather that he's never experienced before, some flooding and ice.
I mean, like down here, when we get a hurricane or torrential rains, the creek that we cross every day going out to the ranch, one of the bridges have washed out, but we just wait till the thing goes down, but it gets about 20 feet, 25 feet deep, and it's unreal. And then in about 3 or 4 days, it's back down. It just drains that fast out into the Gulf of Mexico or into the bay.
Well, he's coming across some challenges, that's for sure. And I want to just say, I know these people probably aren't watching us, but we have the most appreciation and admiration for Keeping It Dutch and Daniel Arms and Kevin and Bo
and all of them, yeah.
For taking care of him, Grub. And
I mean, it's wonderful. Have that kind of support up there. It puts our souls at ease down here. She is worried, and he's going to be up there all alone,
and they're up there with a bunch of good church-going boys.
Hard
Makes me
workers,
feel great, yes. And givers.
That's right. No, Daniel, Back you, buddy. Been there, done that. Dutch, I understand you might be a lineman or something. I'm not sure. But if you are, buddy, hands up to you. I got a couple of friends down here that are linemen, and they are busy all the time, you know, so.
But we do appreciate everything everybody's done for Jason, and we try to read his comments on his channel, and we see the outpouring of love for him. A couple of trolls, but you know, hey, that's to be expected. We put our life on the internet. And we did want to just let y'all know our feelings about it. We're proud of him, and we love him and miss him, but we watch him every day, and
so y'all get to see what we get to see. No, you know, we will cheat, and I guess that's my, well, that phone call that y'all probably heard in the background is none other than...
It's Jason. Hey, Jason, tell our viewers hello.
Hello, viewers.
Well, guys,
I was calling because some of the viewers were asking where y'all been.
well, that's why we're getting a video out right now. So we already told them where we've been and what's going on. So we want to visit with you now. So guys, we're going to sign off and talk to Jason. We love y'all. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and hit the thumbs up button.
Smash the notification bell.
Smash the notification
Smash it.
bell.
Right. Tell them bye, Jace.
Bye, Jace.
Bye.
Bye, guys.